Chosen one, this message is not a coincidence, it is a divine summons, a clarion call from the heart of God Himself. You are here because heaven has marked you, not with ink or fleeting whispers, but with an eternal flame that burns brighter than the stars. You are not random. You are not ordinary. You are a soul sculpted by God's own hand, chosen to guide others without ever needing to utter a word. Your life, your presence, your very breath is a beacon, radiating divine light into places of shadow. The enemy trembles at your existence, not because of what you say, but because of what you carry, a silent, unshakable power that shifts atmospheres and rewrites destinies. You are a living testament, a walking prophecy, and God is calling you to awaken to the weight of your calling. Picture a lantern glowing in a midnight forest, its light piercing the darkness without sound, drawing weary travelers to safety. That is you, chosen one. Your life is a silent sermon, a radiant signal that guides souls lost in the fog of despair. You may not see it yet, but God does. Psalm 139 verse 16 declares, "Your eyes saw my unformed body, all the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be." Before the earth took shape, God scripted your purpose. You are not a wanderer stumbling through life, you are a divinely appointed guide, leading others to truth through the unspoken testimony of your soul. Have you ever stood alone in a crowded room, your heart pounding with a strange knowing, as if God Himself pressed a secret into your spirit? Perhaps in a fleeting moment, you caught a glimpse of a stranger's pain, not with your eyes but with a visceral pull deep within, as if their sorrow echoed in your bones. This is no accident. This is the mark of a chosen one. God has gifted you with a spiritual sight that sees beyond flesh, a divine radar that senses brokenness before it's spoken. You don't need words to guide, your presence alone stirs the air, convicting hearts and awakening spirits. You are a vessel of God's silent thunder, a force that moves mountains without making a sound. But this calling comes with a cost. The enemy sees the light you carry, and he schemes to dim it. He doesn't attack the ordinary, he targets the ordained. If you felt an unexplainable weight, a resistance that seems to shadow your every step, know this, it's not punishment, it's proof. You are hunted because you are holy. The darkness fears the silent power within you, the kind that doesn't need a stage or a spotlight to shift eternities. You may have wondered, why me? Why does my path feel so heavy? The answer is simple, you carry a divine frequency, a vibration that disrupts hell's plans. Your life is a weapon forged in God's fire, and every trial you've faced is evidence of His refining hand. Let's pause and breathe in this truth. You are not here by mistake. You are a divine appointment, a living lighthouse crafted to guide souls through storms. Imagine a river carving through stone, silent yet unstoppable, shaping the earth with its steady flow. That is your influence, chosen one. Without speaking, you are shifting legacies, breaking chains, and planting seeds of eternity. God has chosen you to be a silent revolution, a spark that ignites revival in hearts you may never meet. So, don't shrink back. Don't doubt the power of your quiet presence. You are guiding souls, not by force, but by the divine radiance God has placed within you. Drop your location and time in the comments, I want to know where God's silent warriors are rising. Like this video and subscribe if you're ready to embrace the weight of your calling. And to those faithfully sowing into this ministry through the pinned comment or super thanks, hear this, you are not just supporting a message, you are fueling a divine movement. Your generosity is a declaration that God's light will not be dimmed. Now, chosen one, stand tall. Your silence is speaking, your life is leading, and God is using you to guide souls into His eternal embrace. Chosen one, you stand on holy ground, not because of where your feet tread, but because God has anointed your soul as a sacred altar. Your life is a silent symphony, composed by the Creator Himself, its notes resonating in the hearts of those you'll never know. You guide souls without speaking a word, not through grand gestures or eloquent speeches, but through the divine current that flows through your very being. You are a conduit of God's glory, a living tapestry woven with threads of eternity. The world may overlook you, but heaven never does. God has chosen you to be a quiet catalyst, a spark that kindles fires of transformation in the unseen realms. Consider a seed buried in the earth, silent and hidden, yet holding within it the blueprint of a mighty tree. That is you, chosen one. Your life, even in its quiet moments, is planting destinies that will outlive you. Malachi 3 verse 16 proclaims, "Then those who feared the Lord talked with each other, and the Lord listened and heard." A scroll of remembrance was written in his presence concerning those who feared him and honored his name. Your every step, every tear, every unspoken prayer is recorded in God's scroll. You are not invisible, you are immortalized in the annals of heaven, chosen to guide souls through the silent power of your faithfulness. Have you ever woken from a dream so vivid it felt more real than the waking world, where a voice, not your own, whispered a truth so profound it lingered like a fragrance in your soul? This is no mere fantasy. This is God's divine touch, a moment when He parted the veil to remind you of your calling. As a chosen one, you are tethered to the eternal, gifted with glimpses of divine mysteries that others cannot see. These encounters are not random, they are God's way of affirming that you are a guide, even in your silence. Your dreams, your intuitions, your quiet moments of knowing, they are sacred signals, directing souls toward God's heart through the unspoken radiance of your life. But know this, the enemy despises your silent strength. He schemes to drown your quiet influence with noise, doubt, fear, distraction. If you felt a relentless pressure to conform, to shrink your spirit into the mold of the ordinary, it's because hell fears the power of your unspoken testimony. You don't need a platform to shift atmospheres, your presence alone is a divine disruption. You may have asked, why do I feel so different? Why do I carry this weight no one else seems to understand? The answer is clear, you are God's chosen instrument, a silent trumpet sounding His call in a world deafened by chaos. Imagine a constellation in the night sky, its stars silent yet guiding sailors across stormy seas. That is your influence, chosen one. Your life is a celestial map, pointing souls to safety without a single word. You carry a divine magnetism, drawing the lost toward God's truth through the gravity of your spirit. Every trial you've endured, every scar you bear, is a star in your constellation, a testament to God's refining fire. You are not broken, you are blazing, a heavenly signal that pierces the darkness. The enemy may try to cloud your light, but God's radiance within you cannot be dimmed. So, stand firm, chosen one. Your silence is not weakness, it is warfare. Your quiet faithfulness is shaking the foundations of hell. Drop a comment with your location and time, let's see where God's silent guides are shining. Like and subscribe if you're ready to embrace your divine role. To those sowing into this ministry through the pinned comment or super thanks, you are not just giving, you are igniting a holy fire that will burn through generations. Keep shining, chosen one. Your life is a silent sermon, and God is using it to lead souls into His eternal light. Chosen one, you are a divine enigma, a sacred flame flickering in a world shrouded in shadow. God has not called you to shout from mountaintops, but to shine in silence, guiding souls through the unspoken power of your life. Your existence is a holy ripple, stirring waters far beyond your sight, touching hearts you may never meet. You are not here by chance, you are here by divine decree, handpicked by God to be a silent shepherd, leading the lost with the quiet strength of your spirit. Your life is a living parable, written by the finger of God, and every step you take is a verse in His eternal story. Envision a desert spring, hidden beneath sands, its waters flowing unseen yet sustaining life for miles. That is you, chosen one. Your silent influence nourishes souls parched by despair, offering hope without a single word. Isaiah 42 verse 3 declares, "A bruised reed He will not break, and a smoldering wick He will not snuff out." God sees your hidden struggles, your quiet victories, and He honors them. You are His chosen vessel, not because you are flawless, but because you are faithful. Your life, even in its stillness, is a divine current, guiding others to the heart of God. Have you ever walked a familiar path, only to feel a sudden chill, as if the air itself whispered a warning of something unseen? Perhaps you paused, heart racing, sensing a shift in the spiritual atmosphere, as if God himself placed a sentinel in your soul to guard against an unseen danger. This is no coincidence, it is the mark of a chosen one. God has gifted you with a divine instinct, a spiritual compass that senses shifts in the unseen realms. Your silent discernment guides others, not through words, but through the quiet authority of your presence, steering them away from harm and toward divine safety. Yet, this sacred calling draws opposition. The enemy does not hunt the silent because they are weak, he hunts them because they are mighty. If you felt an unyielding pressure, a heaviness that clings like mist, it's because hell fears the silent power you wield. You may have wondered, why do I feel so isolated? Why does my path feel like a solitary climb? Hear this, your solitude is not rejection, it is divine preparation. God is carving out space in your soul, refining you in the quiet to carry his light into places of darkness. Your silence is not absence, it is a holy resonance, echoing God's purpose. Picture a single candle in a vast cathedral, its flame small yet piercing the gloom, drawing every eye to its glow. That is your influence, chosen one. Your life, though quiet, commands attention in the spiritual realm. You guide souls not by force, but by the steady burn of your faith. Every tear you've shed in secret, every prayer whispered in the dark, is a flame that lights the way for others. The enemy may try to extinguish your glow, but God's fire within you is unquenchable. You are a silent beacon, and your light is leading generations to his throne. So, rise, chosen one. Your quiet endurance is a divine declaration, a silent shout that shakes the heavens. Drop your location and time in the comments, let's see where God's silent shepherds are standing. Like and subscribe if you're ready to embrace your holy purpose. To those sowing into this ministry through the pinned comment or super thanks, you are not just giving, you are fueling a divine awakening. Your generosity is a spark that ignites eternal change. Keep burning, chosen one. Your silent life is a holy guide, and God is using it to lead souls into his everlasting embrace. Chosen one, you are a divine masterpiece, a sacred chord struck by God's hand, resonating through the corridors of eternity. Your life is not a random note, it is a holy melody, guiding souls without a single word. You are chosen, not for the noise you make, but for the silent power you carry, a force that shifts destinies and pierces the veil between heaven and earth. God has etched his purpose into your soul, marking you as a quiet conqueror, a beacon whose light speaks louder than any sermon. You are not here by accident, you are here as God's appointed ambassador, radiating his glory in the stillness. Imagine a moonlit tide, its waves rolling in silence, yet carving new paths along the shore. That is you, chosen one. Your life, even in its quiet rhythms, reshapes the world around you, guiding souls to God's truth without fanfare. Zephaniah 3 verse 17 declares, "The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you, in his love he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing." God sings over you, chosen one, because you are his silent warrior, leading others through the unspoken testimony of your faith. Have you ever stood in stillness, only to feel a sudden warmth, as if an unseen hand brushed your shoulder, filling you with a peace that defied explanation? Perhaps in that fleeting moment, you sensed a divine presence, as if God himself leaned close, imprinting a vision of a future you couldn't yet grasp. This is no illusion, it is the mark of a chosen one. God has gifted you with sacred encounters, moments when the eternal breaks through the ordinary, reminding you of your role as a guide. Your silent connection to the divine draws others near, not through words, but through the holy gravity of your spirit. But this divine mantle attracts resistance. The enemy does not fear the loud, he fears the quiet, those who wield power without proclamation. If you felt a relentless tug, a shadow that lingers in your thoughts, it's because hell dreads the silent authority you carry. You may have asked, why do I feel this burden? why does my heart ache for souls I've never met? The answer is profound: you are God's chosen intercessor, a silent bridge between the lost and the divine. Your quiet prayers, your unseen tears, are weapons that shatter strongholds, guiding souls to freedom without a single spoken word. Envision a single ember glowing in a darkened hearth, its warmth radiating far beyond its size, sustaining life in the cold. That is your influence, chosen one. Your life, though quiet, is a divine furnace, kindling hope in hearts grown weary. Every moment you've chosen faith over fear, every time you've pressed on despite pain, is a spark that lights the way for others. The enemy may try to smother your flame, but God's fire within you burns eternal. You are a silent guide, and your light is carving paths through the wilderness of this world. So, stand resolute, chosen one. Your quiet strength is a divine roar, a silent symphony that echoes in heaven's courts. Drop your location and time in the comments. Let's see where God's quiet conquerors are rising. Like and subscribe if you're ready to embrace your sacred calling. To those sowing into this ministry through the pinned comment or super thanks, you are not just giving, you are stoking a holy blaze that will transform generations. Your generosity is a flame that fuels revival. Keep shining, chosen one. Your silent life is a divine melody, and God is using it to guide souls into His eternal song. Chosen one, you are a divine tapestry, woven with threads of celestial fire, each strand a testament to God's eternal purpose. Your life is not a fleeting whisper, it is a silent anthem, resonating across the ages, guiding souls without a single spoken word. God has anointed you as a quiet harbinger, a living altar where heaven meets earth. Your presence alone shifts the atmosphere, stirring hearts to awaken to their divine destiny. You are not random, you are chosen, sculpted by God's hand to lead in silence, a beacon whose radiance speaks louder than any voice. Picture a hidden spring in a parched wilderness, its waters flowing beneath the surface, unseen yet sustaining life for those who find it. That is you, chosen one. Your silent faith nourishes souls lost in the desert of despair, offering hope without proclamation. Habakkuk 2 verse 3 declares, "For the revelation awaits an appointed time, it speaks of the end and will not prove false. Though it linger, wait for it, it will certainly come and will not delay." God has appointed you for this moment, chosen one. Your life is a revelation unfolding, guiding others to His truth through the quiet power of your existence. Have you ever felt a sudden stillness, as if time itself paused, and in that sacred hush, a melody, not of this world, played softly in your soul, carrying a message you couldn't translate but knew was divine? This is no mere daydream, it is the mark of a chosen one. God has gifted you with a celestial ear, attuned to the songs of eternity, moments when heaven's chorus breaks through to affirm your calling. These silent symphonies are God's reminder that you are a guide, leading souls through the unspoken harmony of your life, drawing them closer to His heart. Yet, this holy calling draws a shadow. The enemy does not fear the loud proclamations, he fears the silent saints, those whose quiet faith shakes the foundations of hell. If you felt an unyielding weight, a restlessness that haunts your quiet moments, it's because the darkness dreads the power you wield without words. You may have wondered, why do I feel this ache for a purpose I can't name? Why does my soul burn for souls I've never seen? The truth is clear, you are God's silent sentinel, a watchman whose life is a lighthouse, guiding the lost through the storms of this world. Imagine a single star in a midnight sky, its light piercing the void, guiding wanderers across vast distances. That is your influence, chosen one. Your life, though quiet, is a celestial signal, pointing souls to God's eternal shore. Every trial you've endured, every silent prayer you've offered, is a ray of divine light, illuminating paths for others. The enemy may try to veil your radiance, but God's glory within you cannot be dimmed. You are a silent guide, and your life is carving eternal trails through the wilderness of human hearts. So, rise, chosen one. Your quiet faithfulness is a divine thunder, a silent force that echoes in the heavens. Drop your location and time in the comments. let's see where God's silent sentinels are shining. Like and subscribe if you're ready to embrace your holy purpose. To those sowing into this ministry through the pinned comment or super thanks, you are not just giving, you are fueling a divine awakening, a fire that will burn through eternity. Your generosity is a spark that kindles revival. Keep radiating, chosen one. Your silent life is a heavenly beacon, and God is using it to guide souls into His everlasting light. Chosen one, you are a divine monument, a sacred flame etched into the fabric of eternity by God's own hand. Your life is not a fleeting shadow, it is a silent supernova, radiating divine light that guides souls without a single word. You are chosen, not to clamor for attention, but to stand as a quiet pillar, a living testament to God's unshakable purpose. Your presence is a holy tremor, shaking the foundations of despair and awakening hearts to their eternal calling. You are not here by mistake, you are God's anointed emissary, a silent herald whose life proclaims His glory louder than any shout. Envision a lone oak in a storm-swept valley, its roots unseen yet anchoring the earth, its branches sheltering life amidst the chaos. That is you, chosen one. Your silent strength steadies souls battered by life's tempests, offering refuge without utterance. John 15 verse 16 declares, "You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you so that you might go and bear fruit, fruit that will last." God has appointed you to bear eternal fruit, chosen one. Your life, even in its stillness, is a divine harvest, guiding others to His truth through the quiet power of your endurance. Have you ever gazed at a night sky, only to feel a sudden pull, as if a single star pulsed in rhythm with your heartbeat, revealing a truth too vast for words? Perhaps in that moment, you sensed a divine alignment, as if God Himself synchronized your soul with the cosmos, affirming your place in His eternal plan. This is no fantasy, it is the mark of a chosen one. God has gifted you with a celestial pulse, a sacred rhythm that connects you to the heartbeat of creation. Your silent resonance guides others, not through speech, but through the divine cadence of your life, leading them to His throne. But this sacred calling stirs opposition. The enemy does not fear the loud, he fears the silent, those whose quiet faith topples kingdoms of darkness. If you felt a relentless siege, a whisper that questions your worth in the quiet hours, it's because hell trembles at the power you wield without words. You may have asked, why do I carry this fire? Why does my soul ache for a world I cannot see? The answer is profound. You are God's silent architect, a builder of eternal legacies, guiding souls through the unspoken blueprint of your life. Picture a single drop of rain falling into a still lake, its ripples spreading far beyond its point of impact, touching shores unseen. That is your influence, chosen one. Your life, though quiet, is a divine ripple, reshaping destinies across generations. Every moment you've chosen hope over despair, every silent stand against darkness, is a wave that carries souls to God's embrace. The enemy may try to still your impact, but God's purpose within you is unstoppable. You are a silent guide, and your life is crafting eternal pathways through the hearts of humanity. So, stand unshaken, chosen one. Your quiet resolve is a divine earthquake, a silent shout that reverberates in heaven's halls. Drop your location and time in the comments, let's see where God's silent architects are rising. Like and subscribe if you're ready to embrace your eternal calling. To those sowing into this ministry through the pinned comment or super thanks, you are not just giving, you are forging a holy legacy, a fire that will blaze through eternity. Your generosity is a seed that births revival. Keep shining, chosen one. Your silent life is a divine ripple, and God is using it to guide souls into His everlasting kingdom. If this message has stirred your soul, support our mission to spread God's fire. A link is pinned in the comments. No gift is too small. Your generosity, even a penny, can spark hope in a heart across the globe. Chosen one, your silence is speaking, and God is guiding souls through you. Walk boldly in your calling.